Hey, what up? This is the Solo Traveler ORD. Thanks again for checking out another one of my videos. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and hit that bell while you are here, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm back with another video. So this video is making its rounds, circulating. It's about Americans. Actually, more Americans are moving abroad. So that's what's going on. And we know that this is becoming to be a regular thing, especially with what's been going on with the whole passport bro movement. You know, all these people are trying to travel, trying to seek better options, especially with the cost of living here in the States and inflation. It makes more sense to go somewhere else. Only thing about this video is that I don't like the fact that it's focusing on people who are retiring. You know, but you know, I understand, you know, when you retire in the States, things are a bit more expensive. It makes no sense not to be here. I know for me, I'm not looking to be here to retire. I'm looking to move to another country real soon, preferably Colombia with my wife because she's from Colombia. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a look at this video.
Tonight at 11, this is a fascinating trend, though. So more Americans.
Oh, and first, shouts out to this video right here. Of course, that's a video of ORD O'Hare Airport. Y'all know what's up.
Americans are leaving the United States for good, according to international experts.
Yeah, so chief investigative reporter Eric Flack, he packed a bag and went in search of the reasons why Americans are leaving America.
This is a special security announcement.
Do you ever think about hopping on a plane and never coming back? Corey and Matthew Strunk from Calvert County have.
We have joked that, oh my gosh, we have got to get out of here.
Jen Dewberry from Prince George's County too.
Wouldn't it be something to be the granny who lives in Portugal?
International travel experts say they aren't alone. Americans' interest in moving.
No, they're not alone. I'm right there with you all. I'm trying to leave. I'll tell you, once my daughter become of age for me to dip out of here, I'm gone. I'm gonna be gone. That's it. I'll be in Colombia once I finish up with get my business in order. Yo, I'm gone.
Moving out of the U.S. is on the rise. So I hopped a plane and traveled to a Living Abroad conference in Atlanta to find out why.
I think people are beginning to wonder if the U.S. is as great as they always thought it was.
Jennifer Stevens is the executive director for International Living, a worldwide resource for Americans moving overseas.
And when we talk about these modern conveniences, you know.
In October, International Living hosted this boot camp for people looking to retire abroad.
Where are you from?
Texas.
Texas.
You?
Okay. Maryland.
Hundreds paid for access to information on everything from buying a home in another country to finding an expat.
One thing I'm gonna say is that you could tell that they're actually spending money for this information. One good thing that I could say about a lot of us who've been traveling for a long time, been doing this stuff, we already have our contacts in order. So we already know where to stay at, how much to spend, and what to do. These are people that haven't really been traveling and they're looking to go somewhere to live and they don't even know where to start. So one thing is the fact that I love the fact that for us, for the brotherhood that we have from the WhatsApp groups, from the Facebook groups and everything, we already have enough information that we don't have to pay someone else to give us this information because we already have all this good information.
Community in dozens of overseas nations.
So countries are reacting to this trend.
Absolutely.
And recruiting.
Yeah, absolutely. Countries are doing that.
Recruiting, Stevens says, by loosening restrictions on travel and work visas, allowing Americans to live abroad for years without renewing the visa, or in some cases, indefinitely.
Will this be forever?
This is forever.
Becky Gommel and her husband live in Marble Falls, Texas, but are planning to leave in the next 12 to 24 months.
Not sure if you have the answer to this. Schools. As a joke, he had said if President Biden got elected, we're gone. We're out of here. And it happened.
And you're out of here.
And we're out of here.
In fact, politics are pushing Americans on both sides of the aisle to pack their bags.
You know what? That makes sense. You know, not only because of politics, but because of the fact that the cost of living, the rising cost of living, it doesn't make any sense. You know, we can live somewhere else. We can be somewhere else and live like a king. But one thing I can say about this identity politics that's being pushed out, that's another reason why a lot of people are leaving. I know for myself, I don't like this new identity politics that they're pushing, especially what Disney's been doing. All these other big corporations are trying to push this stuff to our kids and everything. So for me, I'm looking at this like this is not a good place to raise kids anymore, a family-oriented type of culture. But it is what it is.
International Living reported a 1,000% increase in web traffic after Roe versus Wade was overturned. Meanwhile, the 2016 election of Donald Trump, George Floyd protests, and the COVID-19 pandemic all significantly drove up clicks for Where Can I Live, a consulting business for people who need help with the logistics of moving to another country.
Moving abroad for most people is a huge undertaking.
I zoomed in Where Can I Live CEO Alison Johnson from her home in Barcelona, Spain. She told me politics and divisiveness aren't the only factors pushing Americans to leave the U.S.
These include cost of living in general, especially at the moment. Cost of healthcare comes up so often. Safety and security, especially those with smaller kids.
But back at that conference in Atlanta, people I spoke with said the moving abroad trend is less about people who are fed up with our country and more about Americans looking for a different life experience. And then there are the growing number of digital nomads.
I got to give a shout out to Black Man Travels. Yo, go check him out because he is a digital nomad. He travels a lot. He spends a lot of time in these countries, such as like a whole month or even 2 months, and a lot of these places. Yo, so check out his channel, Black Man Travels. Real good brother. Check out his content.
Americans who can work remotely, even internationally, post-pandemic.
It was more like, okay, I don't have to make a lot of money. I don't have to work too hard.
Jessica Ramesh now calls Panama home.
I think that there's always a risk when you're running from instead of running to. And I think your reasons for going abroad have to be deeper than that.
Okay, so the State Department told us they can't say how many Americans are currently living abroad. U.S. citizens are not required to register travel to a foreign country. Now, previous State Department estimates put the number around 9 million people, including active military members stationed abroad. Well, Sunday night at 11 o'clock, Eric will look into a growing movement to recruit voters who are not living in the U.S. anymore. Again, Sunday night at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a continued growing situation. I think a lot of people are going to start looking at other options instead of living in the States because a lot of stuff been going on. I even saw a TikTok video of a few Mexican Americans who've been living here in the States for a little bit, who live in Texas, and they're actually were saying that they're moving back to Mexico. They said they had enough. You know, they had a whole caravan of people at a gas station filling up. They had tons of stuff in their cars, you know, regular personal items. They said, hey, this is it. They had enough. Because think about it, here in the States, a lot of stuff been going on. We have mass shootings on the rise. It's not safe here. You have high cost of living, high gas prices, high food. Food is expensive. It's like, what is the point? You know, even rent is expensive. Living somewhere. Everything is so inflated. It makes no sense. So of course it makes more sense for people to live somewhere else. And then also CDMX is one of the top destinations for a lot of expats to live. A lot of them had actually moved over there. So, you know, it shows you that a lot of people are moving. They're tired of what's going on, especially about the mass shootings. That's like on the top of the list. You know, it makes no sense why we have all of these mass shootings. You know, now it's become to the fact that this is a part of our culture. The fact that, you know, now whenever we see a mass shooting, it's like whatever, we move on to the next thing. It makes no sense. But nonetheless, this is what it is, United States. You know, like I said, for me, I plan on living in Colombia. I plan on leaving from here. You know, I've had enough. I'm just waiting for my daughter to become of age. I got, you know, working on my business so that I could be living good in a whole nother country. Because the biggest thing for me is that I refuse to be working as I'm living in another country. I'm not going to do a 9-to-5 as I'm living in another country. I prefer to be living in peace. I don't want to be stressed. I want to get up whenever I want to. I want to just live my life how I want to live my life when I move to another country. And that's it. But, well, this is your boy, the Solo Traveler ORD. Thanks again for checking out this video. I do appreciate you guys for sticking with me, for following me, and for everything. Well, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'm out.